It's Saturday night and it's time for Money9's weekend special of Companynama, where we bring to you all the action from the corporate and startup world. I'm Shrestha Tiwari. Over to the corporate updates first. The Adani Group is planning to refinance about $1.2 billion debt and is also prepaying its share pledges. This was disclosed by the company in its investor call on Thursday, and the group has also decided to prune discretionary spending. In other news from the group, Adani Power has called off its 7,017 crore rupee deal, which was a winning bid to acquire DB Power. The Adani in August 2022 had agreed to buy the said assets of DB Power. The initial term of the Memorandum of Understanding was October 31st, 2022. Later, it was extended 4 times to February 15th. This comes amid swirling allegations of fraud and other irregularities by the Adani Group, leveled by the US-based short seller Hindenburg Research. This Adani issue has caused heated debates in Parliament, with the opposition demanding joint parliamentary committee as well as a Supreme Court monitored probe into the issue. And the Tata Group-owned Air India successfully sealed the world's biggest ever commercial aviation deal on 13th of February by purchasing 470 passenger aircraft from European consortium Airbus and American plane maker Boeing, with options of buying 370 more. The purchase is estimated to cost Air India a whopping $82 billion, and the deal is expected to help the Tata Group airline expand its horizons in India and abroad. The first deliveries are expected in the second half of 2023. The merger of 7 subsidiary companies with Tata Steel is expected to be completed in 2023-24 fiscal year, its CEO and Managing Director TV Narendran has said. In September 2022, Tata Steel board had approved a proposal to merge 6 of its subsidiaries into itself for greater synergies, higher efficiency and reduced costs. Post this announcement on February 13th, Tata Steel's stock closed with a gain of about 0.25%. In other reports, the financial services arm of the Tata Group, Tata Capital, is evaluating to consolidate its subsidiaries. Tata Capital's board will take a call on whether the entity will be listed separately or merged under a holding company. As per the report, this move is part of the company's broader plans to meet the revised regulatory framework for its subsidiary Tata Capital Financial Services. The revised regulatory framework is a part of RBI's scale-based regulations. Reliances Geomart has stopped the operations of its quick grocery delivery service Geomart Express. The service was launched in March 2022, but it is no longer available for download on the Google Play Store, and its website is also inactive. Geomart Express offered a 90-minute delivery to customers, and currently Geomart is asking its users to use WhatsApp instead to order groceries for a delivery time of a few hours to a day. Several companies in the quick delivery businesses have been facing the same cash crunch and are now trying to cut their costs and improve margins. Shobha Gangwal, wife of Indigo co-founder Rakesh Gangwals, on Thursday divested a 4% stake in parent firm Interglobe Aviation for 2,944 crore rupees. The shares were sold in the range of 1,885 rupees and 8,889 per share. Rakesh Gangwals, along with Rahul Bhatia, co-founded low-cost carrier Indigo Airline, and last year in September, the Gangwals had offloaded a 2.74% stake in the company. As of December 2022, promoter and promoter group entities held about 72% stake in the company that owns Indigo Airlines. Vodafone Idea has initiated talks with Indian banks like State Bank of India, Punjab National Bank and HDFC Bank to refinance loans of 3,000 to 4,000 crore rupees. This is expected to free up some cash for the telecom, which needs to pay urgently to Indus Towers, Nokia and Ericsson. In September this year, VI must pay 9,600 crore rupees worth of debt to different lenders. It owes 7,000 crore rupees to Indus Towers alone. As of September 2022, its total debt stands at 2.2 lakh crore rupees. And talking about dues, the government may also convert Vodafone's AGR and spectrum dues into equity. DOT is likely to give Vodafone Idea up to 60 days before it asks for the pending third quarter dues. In more news, Vodafone Idea's net loss for the fiscal third quarter widened to 7,990 crore rupees from 7,595.5 crore rupees sequentially, dragged down by higher financing and operating costs, even as the subscriber numbers fell substantially. Well, moving on to the special segment where we tell you about those major corporate giants surrounded by controversies and disputes. Let's find out who was on the radar this week. Government-backed NARCL won the bid for SRE Group's two companies, SRE Infrastructure Finance and SRE Equipment Finance, undergoing insolvency proceedings. The Committee of Creditors on February 15th approved the plan submitted by NARCL, which offered a net present value (NPV) bid of 5,555 crore rupees after it received the highest vote of 89.2% from the verified creditors. Autumn Investment and Infrastructure received the second highest vote with 84.86%, while the consortium of Varde Partners and Arena Investors backed the third position with around 9% vote. After the completion of the challenge mechanism process, the SRE companies had received these three bids. As per a Financial Express report, the Khaitan Group will do whatever is necessary to thwart the initiation of insolvency proceedings against the debt-laden tea major McLeod Russel. The admission of the group company McLeod for a corporate insolvency resolution process has wrecked Khaitan's efforts to execute an exclusivity agreement with Carbon Resources to negotiate a mutually agreeable mechanism to offer a proposed one-time settlement of the company's debt to lenders. Khaitans are likely to consider both the options approaching NCLAT and an out-of-the-court settlement. The Supreme Court on February 13 directed SpiceJet to fulfill its obligation to pay 270 crore rupees to its former promoter Kalanidhi Maran following an arbitral award of 578 crore rupees related to a shareholder dispute between the two parties. In addition to this, the court has also asked SpiceJet to pay 75 crore rupees in interest dues, while Maran claims an interest dues of 362 crore rupees. The decision comes after SpiceJet told the top court that it had already paid 308 crore rupees in cash against the pending amount of 578 crore rupees. Moving on to our final segment of the show, let's take a look at what boiled down in the startup world this week. PhonePe has raised an additional $100 million in primary capital from Tiger Global, Ribbit Capital and TVS Capital funds on February 14 at a pre-money valuation of $12 billion. The latest investment is the second tranche of the company's ongoing $1 billion funding round that could see more global investors take part. This follows a $350 million primary fundraise by the company on January 19 from General Atlantic. PhonePe plans to deploy these funds to scale up its payments and insurance businesses in India, as well as to launch and aggressively scale new businesses like lending, stockbroking, ONDC-based shopping and account aggregators over the next few years. EdTech company Byju's is in talks with investors such as Texas Pacific Group Capital to raise more than $500 million, according to a report by Bloomberg. The report revealed that the capital infusion is much needed as it could help them stave off potential debt issues. Bloomberg has also reported that the Byju Ravindran-led firm, which is valued at about $22 billion, is trying to keep up its valuation steady. Additionally, TPG and two Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds have begun due diligence on the company amid the funding talks. Reports have also stated that the company is in separate talks with creditors to renegotiate an agreement governing a $1.2 billion loan that is in breach of covenants. Reliance Retail has forayed into the beauty e-commerce category with a dedicated platform, Tira. However, the platform is currently available to all Reliance employees, but it is soon to be opened for consumers. As per an ET report, Tira includes dedicated makeup, skin and hair care fragrances, bathing, men's beauty and luxury sections. Further, the company is also focusing on both online and physical stores of Tira as it wants to pursue an omni-channel retail strategy with the platform. And with that, it's a wrap on this week's Companynama episode. See you again next weekend with more corporate and startup updates. Until then, don't forget to download the Money9 app and grab our latest and exclusive shows. Good night and have an amazing weekend, and keep watching Money9.